All right, so it's a pleasure to welcome Chukwudi Okolie Ugbaja once again on set for newspaper review. Good morning, sir. How
You
you
know,
doing?
you give all those vowels their quality, full quality. It's a threat to loudspeakers when you sound the name properly, but who cares? Nyere, good morning. How are you doing?
Very well, better than
Must
ever.
you pair up with mischievous Victor today?
Good morning. I didn't know the name is Ubaja. Good to see you.
My phonetics teacher called me Ogbaja.
All right, away from the name, let's see what the papers have this morning. We'll begin with the Daily Trust newspaper, and it leads with transport fares remain high despite petrol price drop. Above that, 12 Zamfara vigilantes killed in clash with bandits. Next to that, Ramadan Sharia Council defends school closure in northern states. Nigeria lost 94 trillion naira to business closures, multinational divestments. That's according to NESG. All right, away from that, below the picture story in a black strip, alleged sexual harassment. Senate suspends Natasha for 6 months. That's on page 10 on all the papers this morning. Interesting read. Below that, Benue Varsity students regain freedom after 8 days in captivity. EFCC quizzes ex-women affairs minister over alleged 138 million naira fraud. Interesting. Tomorrow is Women's Day. Next, we have 6 killed as fuel tanker explodes in Niger. All right, let's see the Nigerian pilot now. The Nigerian pilot leads with Natasha. The headline is in red, and it says Natasha kicked out. The Riders Senate suspends Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan 6 months for breach of its rules, that her salaries, allowances should be suspended with security details withdrawn. Ask her not to be seen near National Assembly, orders her office to be locked up. She, however, has no option. She, however, has an option to submit with written apology if she wants suspension lifted or reduced. That's on page 4. Above that, court orders final forfeiture of $1.4 million linked to Emefiele. That's on page 5. 3 kidnapped Joseph Taka University students regain freedom. Below the picture story, reps move to strip INEC of powers to register, regulate political parties. Below that, NAFDAC reopens Onitsha drug market after 1 month closure. NECO acquires OMR scripts marking machine to enhance examination efficiency, and that's for the students there. And then reps move to investigate government intervention funds to MDAs since 2015. Finally, this morning on the front page of the Nigerian Pilot, we have armed forces neutralize 92 terrorists, rescue 75 kidnapped victims. Victor.
All right, thank you, Henry. And I have the leadership here. And it leads with this story, terrorism. We won't wage war against Sahelian countries. That's according to the CDS. And it has 3 riders to Mali, Burkina Faso juntas. Only believe military reports, DHQ tells Nigerians. And troops kill 92 terrorists, rescue 75 in 1 week. That's credited to the defense headquarters. Of course, the Natasha story is here, and the kidnapped Taka Varsity students' freedom is also here. But above the nameplate, Rivers, why Supreme Court restored Amewule-led assembly. That story is on page 85. That tells you the weight of the paper this morning. APC approves indirect primary for Anambra poll, also on page 85. And just by the nameplate, Niger State reintroduces CRS in public schools. That's on page 4. I think that's about it. Chukwudi.
Yes, Victor, thank you so much. Let me start by saying that the 12 Zamfara vigilantes that were killed by bandits, may their souls rest in peace. But let the community not be deterred. The ploy is to drive fear into the hearts of young men there so that there will be nobody to accost them when they engage in their devilry. It just happens that in many communities, the vigilantes are the first line of defense before the soldiers move in and all that. The other time, actually, the army were saying that we want to even begin to arm them to the level they can hold them off till we arrive. I like it. There's some mutation happening. It was a no-go area before. No, they are not, it's not their job. We are evolving to meet the demands of contemporary criminality. So may their souls rest in perfect peace. Let them not chicken out. Let them still have their vigilantes, because they have really become the savior. In many cases, transport fares remain high in spite of a drop in the price of petrol. Well, that is mercenary. That is extortionist. But at the end of the day, what I tell you is that demand would always dictate, and demand and supply would always dictate, you know, the price of a service. I remember in the MBA class, Professor Anao asked us a question. There was no mathematics in me at all. You know, I wrote mathematics 3 times and failed it 4 times. But when it came to the arts aspect of it, I told him that price is the meeting point of demand and supply. Everybody shouted. I'm not sure I passed his course.
But by the way, Professor Anao was former Vice Chancellor of University of
Great man. He taught us with a loudspeaker. But going back to what I'm talking about, is because the supply is not enough. That's why people will tell you it is still 1,000 naira to Abado market, to Masaka market. They can dictate to you because the facilities are not enough. I am asking, why would we not have at least 5 CNG buses now doing Lugbe to the center of Abuja? Why not? Why are we not planning that way? We expose our people to the vagaries of the evil forces. Against those, I don't know, will say those vampire market cartels. We're not talking about drivers and the rest of it. There are no problems in Nigeria that cannot be solved if men are sincere.
Well, those for whom the questions are meant, I'm sure, would be listening.
I am very careful not to get into Natasha Akpabio because I'm a conservative journalist. There are certain things I don't bring into. Certain things are personal. I'm not interested in some of those things. But I'm interested in, were Senate rules impugned? If Senate rules were impugned, what's the name of the black Democrat who was walked out of Congress when Trump was... They called the sergeant of arms and asked him to march the man out.
But some have also said that in that case...
He was telling Trump, you have no mandate.
But in that case, some have also said that Biden had similar confrontations and nothing was done about it. So...
It's okay. But you are empowered as the speaker to say this person should be marched out. So in the case of Natasha, she was not marched out, so there was some restraint, if indeed she disobeyed the ground rules there. You understand? And that's what we should be interested in. The other ones they are talking about is the headache. That should not abuse the public space. It's a shame where we have taken journalism to in this country. Many journalists are even joining the just gisting on social media. We should tell people that's not part of the mandate the electorate gave you. Do not insult us by bringing things that are personal into the public space. If we don't do that, Black Africa will keep on groping in the dark. And we'll just be mimicking or pretending to be chasing development.
You and I don't have all the details, so it's best we leave it there.
Yes, of course. That story is...
we won't wage war against Sahelian countries. That's according to the CDS.
You can't afford
it's
a war.
opt-in to parley, you know, Mali, Burkina Faso.
The Americans say war ain't good. Even Putin, who is now saying that whatever peace deal is reached with Ukraine will be on Russia's terms. Those are just, that's not how it works.
But it's walking the talk.
The point is that the Russian economy is going down. Putin is not likely to take that war beyond 18 months. God forbid. Let it end in 1 month's time. Russians are dying. Ukrainians are dying. We can't afford to wage war against anybody. It's not good for us. It's not good for them. jaw. At the end of the day, if those boys decide that they are going to stay forever recalcitrant, let's concentrate on developing ourselves and let people be what they want to be.
All right.
It's as simple as that.
Talking about wars and the wars we're facing in Nigeria, that's actually my concern. This story, transport fares remain high despite petrol price drop.
We started with that. Where were your ears?
No, you guys, I didn't hear you talk critically. I didn't hear you talk critically about, the transporters themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I went back to the story. Yeah. I mean, you just talked about the price and all of that, but
yes.
the transporters themselves, why are they refusing, to bring down the price? It's.
Nere, you see, you are my favorite, so I'm not going to label the fact that you didn't listen. I said that it is because the market is undersupplied.
But you
if
said
we
Is it really undersupplied?
Yeah.
Is it really undersupplied?
If you had enough,
the reason, I wanted to interject at that
give
point.
us a lot of alternatives.
Away from this,
Yeah.
away from the fuel price, even with those who use CNG, those who have converted. I'm sure there's a program that the federal government is doing. Some vehicles are being converted on a daily basis in this country. Even those vehicles that have been converted to CNG still will not reduce prices.
It's okay, Nyere. Let me answer.
So it's not about just the petrol alone.
Nyere, we have agreed that if you buy petrol at 980 per litre at this station, before you go half a kilometer, you get a place where they say, come, we sell at 960. That applies in all economics. It is still supply, demand and supply.
Chukwudi.
So are you saying that's why even those who use CNG will continue to charge high?
Yeah, Ray.
Okay,
anyways. We have to let Chukwudi.
We have to let Chukwudi go.
I don't get involved when faves, tango. I don't get involved. I enjoy that.
He's a bad
Thank you
boy.
very much.
He's a bad boy.
See ya.
Thank you for your time on Good Morning Nigeria today. We'll see you.